of the kitchen
window seat.
Kitchen window seat. Okay. After we had months of discussions about what the back of the window seat was going to be, and we discussed how it should match the top of the shelf that's above it and have a nice OG curve to it, I set out and created this pattern, full-size pattern for the window seat. You may not be able to see it. I'll shoot some close-ups of it. But basically what it is it's 47.5 inches wide. I turned these posts out of alder, put this little top on each one, so that would form the end of the back. This is an OG curve that just kind of goes like that. And also I was going to hand carve this flower right here in the center of it and put some other graphic designs around it. It's going to have a baseboard across the bottom, which would match the posts, and then there would be an open space, and then this would be on top. Just as I got this all laid out, my wife came out and said, "That doesn't look Mexican enough. This is what I want." So you can see this is really close to what I already laid out and we had discussed. So, slight change of plans. Using the two original posts that I spent all my time on the lathe working out.
They still fit.
They fit on here. This is the new design. It's more graphic and it's pretty close to this picture. The sunburst or sunburst up here on the top will be carved in, and it'll have some geometric steps on it. I made a little pattern replicating the back, and those are going to fit right there. Deanna painstakingly took and cut these out on the scroll saw and ran them through the thickness sander to finish them. So this will be a line of soldiers right there. This will be the bottom that connects the two. Actually, this is rough cut and it's a little bit too long, but gonna go together like that. And I have the top piece already glued up, so it'll be one piece from here up to the top, which will have this carving in it, and of course the completed pattern on the bottom. So that's where we are now. I've already glued up the top board, so all I have to do now is just take the clamps off of it. So you go ahead and do that. So that's basically what it's going to look like. Next thing to do is to take the paper template, lay it out on this piece of wood, square it up, lay it out, and then start carving that those reliefs. This will actually come down and be mortised into the post right here. This will be mortised into the post. Actually, it'll be dominoed. And each one of these pieces will be dominoed top and bottom. So I'm going to keep Festool in business for a while. To transfer the geometry to the piece of wood, I'm just using push pins and to leave a little mark exactly where all the lines are going to be and where they end on the drawing, so I don't have to lay this whole thing out on the wood, and I know it's accurate. Just making little pin marks on the sun rays so that I can draw them in. I cut little triangles to open the paper up so that I could see where the wood was, to get this bottom line parallel with the wood before I started lining it up. I did it on both ends and across the bottom. The top's going to be cut free, so I don't need any more marks on that. So now I can remove the paper, the pins and the paper, and redraw directly on the wood. So after playing around a little bit, I found a point where this will retrace my arc here. It wasn't very difficult. It had so many points on it. So that's the outer radius of the rays, and this smaller one will be the actual sun, and we're laid out ready to go. Start carving. Oh, I have to draw the actual rays in, which will start from this point and draw. So, it's a drawing. All I have to do now is start carving. I've got my piece mounted on the table. I've cut out the waste on the sides, and I have a veining tool, which is just a V tool, and I'm going to cut each one of these sun rays in here and start relieving some of the surface here.